Is it on? It's on, okay. Yes, this is Dave Wiznsaty, and I'm going to start my own reality show starring me, made by me, and it's going to be about the things that I think about, and I'm going to say them when they pop in my head. So, just so you know, start off, I've had about 30 hours no sleep. I'm going to drink a bottle of wine. Wine was kind of cheap, so I bought a bottle. And we'll see how it turns out. Right now I could say is I have no excuse for these glasses, except for I don't want to pay for new frames, and I have like 6 pairs of these, and I need to get new glasses. Yeah, I know. You don't need to tell me. I can tell me. I need to get new glasses. And I need to cut my hair. I think it looks like there's a hamster nestled on my head, and I might just shave it off, but not today. But it's gonna have to happen. Alright, well, let's see what else happens. Sometimes I might be a little harsh in my comedy. A lot of people would call me an asshole, but if I think of something and I think it is just damn hilarious, I'm gonna say it regardless of the consequences, because I'm pretty sure someone is gonna laugh. Now, is it bad to laugh in this scenario? I didn't laugh, but I said the joke, but the other person laughed. This is what happened. I was listening to this girl talk about she had a half a uterus, and she had lost a child to her uterus that was not fully developed. Anyways, so she's like, I wasn't even really in the conversation. I kind of came in a little bit late, and she's like, I'm like, what are you guys talking about? And she's like, oh yeah, I have half a uterus. And I'm like, those damn pawn shops. And I was insinuating that she sold half her uterus to a pawn shop. Now, was it fucked up of me to say that, knowing that it's true and that she had lost a child? Or is it more fucked up that she just died laughing at that joke, at her own misfortune when death was on the line? I'd like to think that I was justified. But it could be seen as offensive, and I could see that. But that's pretty much the end of that part. I have a hard time talking with people about certain things. Pretty much, I feel like every single one of you is locked into a grid, brainwashed by a greed-hungry machine just trying to get you to do things and make a profit, and no one takes a step back to see, whoa, everybody's being controlled, everybody is being manipulated by the media. So everything you do, everything you wear, everything you go to the store, you got Coke or Pepsi products. Coke or Pepsi, you think you have a choice, but no, they give you the choice of Coke or Pepsi products, and you're just like, well, you're fooled. You don't really have a choice. You're doing what they want you to do. Now, me on the other hand, I recognize this, and there's nothing I could individually do about it, but forgot where I was going with this. Hold on. Oh yeah, now I remember. You're distracted. You're distracted from what's really important. No one ever thinks about these things when I try to talk to them. You exist. You exist. And your science has no legitimate explanation. None. They got a couple of ideas, and then you're just fine with it. That kind of bothers me, but that's just my personal philosophy. Yeah, I'm just playing some music. I'm gonna see if there's anybody out in the hallway or something. Bam! Whoa! This guy just came out of nowhere. What the fuck was that all about? This is Sheets. Trying to see what he thinks of dubstep because he's black. What do you think?
sucks.
Whatever. I don't give a shit. Yeah. Okay, so the official story was the first time I ever got high was when I just barely turned 13 and I'd smoked some weed in California. But a little bit later I recalled, wait a second, that's not the first time that I felt real fucked up. Alright, the first time I ever got high, ever, I was 5 years old. That's right, I said 5. And you know what I was doing? I was watching the Rugrats. Da 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 da. And I was prescribed to albuterol, the inhaler for asthma. And I just remember just like having it as a 5-year-old, like, what is this? And I'd be sitting there like, whatever the Rugrats song did, and I was just getting wasted, and I was like, whew. A little 5-year-old's like this high. Whew. Anyways, so that's the new official story. Take that, permanent record. So, I don't know if you can tell, but I got a lazy eye. Can you see it? One of them? Sometimes people can't tell if I'm looking at them. I'm like, hey, you guys are going, and they're like, you looking at me? And I'm just like, the fuck's this guy doing? Because I forget I have it, you know, and shit. Anyways, that's I'm kind of getting used to that. But you know, this happened to me one time. I will never get used to me having a lazy eye and then meeting somebody else who also has a lazy eye. Because we would walk up, both seeing a human body in front of us, but just neither of us know if we're looking at each other. So we're both just walking up confused as fuck, like looking around the other person like, is he looking at me? Am I looking at him? And we're trying to talk to each other, but neither of us are acknowledging we're looking at each other. It's just really awkward, really uncomfortable, and you're very fortunate if you never have to deal with that, because that's anxiety to the max, because you think you're going to get jumped, but you're really not. He's just as scared as you are because he's freaked out too and shit. Anyways, that's the end of that. I'm going to do a little skit on some pet peeves that black people do that I get annoyed sometimes. I hope you don't get offended. But one of the things that I would never do that my very tanned friend here does is collect several hats. And I never see him wearing a hat. And on top of that, he keeps the sticker. He keeps the sticker.
Hats like that?
I bent his hat.
I will kick you out if you fucking bend my head.
See? Look at the frustration and rage.
Yes.
Obsessive compulsive disorder. Now, look at those shoes. That's more shoes than a woman has. But I can't hold that against him. Take the sticker off your hat. Roommate's been in the bathroom for a good 25 minutes. So I'm going to attempt to make first contact. Hello? What are you doing in there? At the same time? You ever bust and crown at the same time? He's trying to. Alright, just focus on your breathing and try not to I can't give him advice. I'd never done that, so power to the people. I know that I'm a human being and I'm just like everybody else, but a lot of times I view humans as a third-person perspective, like I'm not human, like most of society is just one kind of thing and I'm just something else kind of studying what humans are. And so a lot of times I just like to poke at them and see how they react, not like necessarily physically poke, but just kind of like screw around with people. Just because I get a kick out of how they react to something they're just not used to seeing. So I'm gonna lash out at society just a little bit right now. I just want to point out that it is not Halloween. I'm just gonna go walk around and talk shit to people pretty much. Hey Marcus, let's go. I don't think they heard me. Yes, a nice place, barracks. Lights turn on by themselves. Who am I gonna yell at? Son of a bitch. It almost seemed like he halfway expected that. But I'll tell you what. That's because I've done it before. What are they saying? They're saying things. I don't know what they're talking about. What are you laughing at? Who's this laughing at? Who are you laughing at? Don't smile. You don't smile at this. You don't smile at this. Why are you recording this? What the fuck are you doing? Where the fuck's my bird? See? They think it's out of the ordinary. Matter of fact, this guy's recording things. It's so rare that this human specimen thinks that it is worth recording. And I think it's worth recording him. What are you guys doing? Answer the camera.
God, you're so fucking gay.
Son of a bitch. Look at them. Look at them both taking pictures of me as I'm taking pictures of them. But I told you before, I'm just dressed like this to fuck with them. Now they're all amazed. They're all amazed, but I'm mind fucking them. Inside your brain. Look at me. Look at me. Inside your brain. The whole point I'm trying to make, the entire point I'm trying to make, is that most people in society are programmed in a certain way, and they don't even realize it. I walk in dressed as a pirate, and they're just like, oh my god, something out of what my regular programming tells me to do. We're not supposed to dress like that. Black people are supposed to dress with lots of hats and wear their stickers. White people are supposed to talk like this and sound corporate America, or whatever Tosh.0 does to make white people sound wider than they are. And Asians are supposed to be bad at driving. I do not give a crap. All I'm trying to say is they're programmed, and you need to realize you're programmed too, and what you gotta do, separate yourself from the control. Fight the fucking power. Because we're all slaves. Just fucking think about it. We are slaves to the man. I'm just trying to make a little point here. Just in case you didn't understand what I meant when I said you were a slave to the man, they are the 1% of the global population that controls most of the world's value in gold and other economical assets. Now, they control countries like pawns, and they have their agenda over United States agenda and Portugal's agenda, Europe's agenda. They are privately owned organizations that control countries like pawns on a chessboard, and it dwindles down to the average person. If you are just someone who is a product of society, all you are is a consumer built to benefit that 1%. But then once you realize that 1% exists, then you can take a step back and start thinking about real things. Real things. Not about your stupid clown mortgage payment that's past due, like that's the biggest stress of your life, and you really don't even know why you even exist in the first place. That's stupid. You're gonna trip out about why you have a bill to pay, but you don't even know why you're alive? That is messed up. That is fucked. But that's the truth. Just think about what I said for a second. The last person that I'm gonna act stupid in front of, he's kind of stupid himself. And it's just interesting to hear the things that come out of his mouth. First of all, he's missing half his teeth. But he might have his dentures in, so it might sound legitimate. But you're about to hear all sorts of retardedness. And I'm going to record it. So, on your mark, get set, go.
Why are you not sleeping?
Why?
You just got off 24-hour duty. You should be asleep.
Why?
You don't need to be so loud.
Who?
You. Go. It's not a place to hang out. Go.
What happened to your wrist?
Nothing.
You know, it seems like you have some sort of twitch going on.
Oh. Yeah, I'll have a twitch going on in a minute.
What are you reading?
A book. The same book I've been reading at work all week.
See, the truth here is I've dressed like a pirate in front of this guy before. So now he sees it as something average and not out of the ordinary. What about this guy?
Just how about you go? Sheets, take him with you. Let him be a tackle dummy.
He's my roommate, too.
Take him to be a tackle dummy.
In his pirate suit.
Tell me the most significant thing that happens in the world.
I'm going to show you something, and then if you don't leave, I'm going to write you up. How about that? Okay, let's see. Where is it? Which you should know, because you should have read this coming on duty yesterday.
Coming on duty?
You were on duty yesterday.
Coming on duty is gross. There's two things that's going to happen here. And the first one's more likely than the second one. The second one is your goal. Your goal of telling me what you're reading about. The first one is my boredom, because you're taking so long to figure it out. So, since you're not as entertaining as I would hoped you would have been, I'm going to leave.
Thank you.
What's going on?
Flipping through pages. Not doing anything. So, I tried to go screw with this guy, and he had no response. He, shut up. Hold on. I may just seem like a sleep-deprived drunk at this point. And that's only partially true, but the real issue here is that you recognize whether or not that you are a product of society or an actual person, an actual individual with real thoughts that benefit humanity instead of just conforming to the system. And sometimes it takes a little out of the box kind of attitude to see what the fuck is up. All right? Later.